Okay, so in this video, I just want to be really honest with you guys and straight up. I woke up this morning with the worst anxiety ever. And I don't know if you guys, anyone suffered from anxiety, but it is not a nice thing to have. And the reason that I get this anxiety sometimes is because when I'm just about to achieve something like really big, I get this anxiety where it's like, do I deserve it? Or like, is it all going to go wrong last minute when I've just in clutching distance? And it's a very positive sign because it's kind of my mind gearing up to prepare for the next level of like achievement in life and to go on to be more successful and do more successful things. And it's funny because 10 months ago, 9 months ago, 8 months ago, 7 months ago, when I first started out with Tim, there was so many people saying, you can't do it, you can't do it. Oh, this guy's never going to make it. Well, guess what, guys? Where the fuck are those comments on these videos now? Where are the haters now? Where are the haters when my winning percentage is hitting 50%? So I just want to thank you guys because I have this kind of nightmare sometimes. And by the way, I'm back-to-back green weeks this week. I'm on a green month right now. It is really, my intuition of the market is very fucking solid. And I just want to thank you guys. Like, I really want to thank you guys because the haters were wrong. And you guys and your thousands and thousands and soon to be, I'm sure, hopefully millions and millions have been there for me. And I really appreciate that so much. So like Zachary Shields, hey, I'm not hating, but I've recently become a profitable steady trader withdrawing. And I just want you to think about, there's a part of you that likes to lose, think about it. And he wasn't criticizing, he's actually explaining something. So I'm going to get back to him on that. Thanks for the comment, Zachary. I don't mind that feedback. It's cool. Ben, been watching your videos since day one. Love that. George McGowan, everything is starting to look better for you. And in every video you do, you're moving forward rapidly. Thank you so much, dude. It takes a long time. Like, I've been in the challenge 4 months. I've been trading like 10 months, and it's only now I'm probably getting it. And David Martin, you're a doer. Can't wait to see you make $500 next month. Well, I've got about 460 to go, but it's going well. And lastly, just Tim Sykes. The guy has been like, he's been there for us, and he's helped us, and he's been giving his advice, and like sometimes when he gives his advice, it didn't make any sense, and then a month later, it did make sense, and he's really been there nurturing me on the journey, and I think that's what you get with the challenge. And I just want to say to you guys, like, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, doesn't matter how intelligent you are, doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter if you start with $800 in your account. Like, I would never thought I'd have $7,000 in my account, but I've just been working, saving, and adding it up. Like, you can do it too. Start it today. Open a brokerage account. Change your life. It's the best thing I've ever done. And now let me run you through and when you're learning, like, check out this. This is a stocks to trade wall. And like, I track and annotate every single thing on stocks to trade, and I've printed out. It's just a really necessary thing. And the last thing I'll say is, you need so much dedication. I sometimes hear people saying, oh, well, I studied half an hour a day, I did a good job. You need to study like 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day to see your winning percentage go from 10% to 20% to 30% to 50% to 55% to 60%. You need to study 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day for it to click, for you to find out what kind of trader you are, and for you to make those milestone progression movements. And it is possible, and fuck everyone who says it's not. Fuck them, okay? If you see someone who says you're not going to make it at trading, just say, fuck you, okay? Let's get into the insights and the stats. I'll see you in a little bit. Guys, too long on this section because I know that I just talked a lot before, but I mean, the progress is just fucking staggering. Like, going from, like, I always say this was a freak month when the market was really hot, but going from 18%, 14%, 21, 31, 27, a little step back, up to 34% profitability. January was when it was really clicking. And then February I was refining a little bit and getting better. And really, I mean, in January I found that as a momentum trader, and I really found the style, and it was just perfecting that style. I remember December I started understanding the kind of the multi-month setups. January I was really finding my style intraday. And then February I've just been refining things. And then obviously March, a good start, just made a few trades. The market's been a bit more quiet, but I'm away into the 60s, and I'd really like, the goal is to make $500 this month. I'm up, there's one trade to put in, I'm up like $30, $29. It's 470 to go. But I mean, if you check out the stats, I mean, last week, it's tiny, but last week was a green week. this week. This might be kind of the same week, but it's either back-to-back green weeks or a solid green week, however way you look at it. And it's a green month so far. So very, very solid. And just the other thing, like, I went on a run last month of solid, like 5 out of 6 green trades in a row. And I was like, oh, was it just a fluke, or am I understanding how to trade stocks? And the answer is it wasn't a fluke. I am understanding how to trade stocks, because this week as well, like, I have been in so many fake out breakouts, and I've been out of stocks just before the drop so many times because I can read the market better now. That like ZSAN, OWCP, failed breakout, BACI, failed intraday breakout, CALA, like failed, VRML was a double bottom, I got out, just lost on commissions. But like, I'm getting it now, and like, I'm not scalping, I'm not trying to have some nice winning percentage. These are just stocks where the price action didn't look good, so I got out. None of them went up afterwards. But when the market gets a bit hotter, and also I'm trading like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock when I get in from work, I'm missing the morning. So that's when a lot of these stocks really break out for the first time. So things are getting a lot more solid, a lot better. And once I hit them 1 or 2 big wins, I'm really gonna see my account grow. So it's very positive. Last thing I just want to show you guys is this. Way back when I first started, I created a 24-month winning plan to be successful enough in trading to leave, like, to what, just to do it full time, I guess. And this is what I need to do to be a full-time trader in 24 months. Okay, so June like was 300, like lose less than $300. August, be profitable in more than 35% trades. I achieved these 2 quite quick, but I've actually been stuck on September's goal since September last year, and I finally got more than 40% of my trades profitable. And then I actually did both of these at once because I achieved a rate of about 46%, I think, in the end. And there's some nice little incentives. And now November is to catch up, because I need to catch up, is generate a profit of more than $300 this month and achieve an account size of 4.5. My account balance is actually 7,000, and be profitable in 50% of trades. So this is the next goal. And if I can just catch up more to like February, March, and get back on track, I'm still on track to be a full-time trader in 24 months. So that's very cool too. Now, I mean, this did have kind of blowout volume, which I always like to see, 12 million shares, and it was running pretty strong. And it reminded us of CLRB, and it reminded me of, let me think, CNBX, similar chart patterns to what I've seen before. And that's what this all is, chart recognition. And it's funny because I can sound like I know what I'm talking about a little bit, and it's just because I've had 10 months of studying charts. So I kind of do now. And had this real morning spike. If you can get in the spike, wonderful. I wasn't around because I was at work, but I saw it pull back, consolidate before it was having some kind of, was channeling in this, I'll bring you guys in, I'll bring you in. Are you in? Yes, I'm in. Get in my bill there. A little bull flag came up, holding this kind of line, and then we see some volume push through here. You can see the volume is 227, is it? Or 273? 268,000 shares traded, where previously it was down in the 140,000s. And I was like, right, the volume's upped. It's just had a big push up. So it's a big push up and it's a big green candle, which means that there's not too many sellers here because the volume's reflecting the size of the candle in the wick. And then it held its highs. And when it ramped up again, I was for sure in this. And my entry was 226. So I was quite quick on this because I was like, this can really run here, especially when this volume candle, more than any volume it had previously, hitting 500,000 shares. When this ramped up, and fair enough, the RSI is quite high. It's in the 80s, so not too surprised that it failed when I see the RSI so high as well. It's an indicator that it's overbought. I was in at 226, and I watched it come up to the 236s, and it was kind of testing the 236s. It was struggling a bit, coming down, coming up. So I got out at 233 and watched it just fail all the way down. And then after that, the chart was pretty much dead. And then even more dead. And then even more dead. So and that's that one for you. Okay, so this is INFI. It keeps on having this leg up. Had slightly bigger volume than it had previously, and I was buying it on this breakout day here. So we'll just move into the 2-day chart. Now, pretty solid chart. I mean, it's a 50 million float, so it's not the ideal play. You want to be playing on 2 million, not the most volatile, but it's holding its size. It had a second run up, and I was like, this could be a solid second day buy. So I thought I was buying it in the 320s, thinking it's going to push the new higher day and close near the 90s. Hopefully to break 3 the next day. And unfortunately, I got caught in a little bit of a sell-off down here. And I thought, honestly, if it breaks 274, I'm out. Luckily, it kind of recovered into the close. I wasn't ever too worried about this, providing it held the 274 level, because I always knew that its multi-month chart was strong, and a lot of people get stuck with that concept, like, oh, it's not closing too strong. And I'm like, well, if you look at the bigger picture, this thing can still run tomorrow. It's just people are taking profits towards the end of the day. But it closed fairly strong. It was kind of gapping up into the 85s and 90s. I was in at 282, and my close, it was kind of not too much action pre-market, so I was out for some in 287, had this little push into the 90s, and I was out for the rest of my shares at 291, just a couple of cents off the top, before the inevitable red to green move happened, which it like kind of showed it has done before in the multi-month chart. But then it's a really solid grind up. I mean, you can buy in this red to green move. I think it's pretty much red to green here at 282, and then it's ran to the 3010. So it's a solid second day of the breakout. Okay, so VRML, I kind of sized in more heavy than normal, and I shouldn't, because on stocks that are up so much, it's a bit risky, because I've seen a lot of stocks gap up and fade the whole day. But I was wanting to dip by this, and I was also wanting to dip by CALA, which is a multi-month runner. And my rule is to always dip by the double bottom. Sorry, I'm so tired I can't even speak. I'm going to bed after this. I'm not watching the rest of the market. But like when you look at CALA, I saw it bottom here, and then I tried to buy the double bottom again. I had an order in at 11.10 or 11.05, and it didn't quite come down. So, and then it took off, and I missed it. And I was like, I'm not going to chase it. In hindsight, should have chased it. And that would have been a solid double bottom for like $100+ Missed it by a couple of cents. I literally had the order in. And instead, I did both VRML. And again, my rule is to buy the double bottom. So I saw a bottom here, and where was the bottom? I'm just maybe, yeah. So it bottomed here, and then I saw a bottom here again, in the 261. So I bought it at around 263, 264, coming off the bottom with 260 as risk, and frankly, the double bottom, maybe I was thinking it'll run like CALA. Both are similar charts, multi-month breakouts, but charts react differently. And I mean, this is a 47 million float. This is a 23 million float, but you've just got to put yourself in the right situation again and again. And when it tried to take off, got up to the 70s, came back down, and then I was out break even before it came down even more. And that's the story of this week, guys. It's I've made money this week, but I have got out at the best possible time with every single trade. I've not been fortunate enough to even hit one solid trade, because the market just hasn't been gifting those kind of opportunities at the minute. So anyway, I'll take the green week, back-to-back green weeks, and I'm happy. So guys, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. You can connect with me on Snapchat and Instagram. Remember, I put the handles at the start of the video. But like, it drives me insane. Like, guys, you can be successful. I am becoming successful. You don't need to work the shitty day-to-day job. Like, I need to tell more people this. I need to fucking tell the world this. Ugh. I need to tell the fucking world this, okay? Here I go. Okay. Here we are. Society has lied to us all. I am your savior. Maybe Tim Sykes is the savior. And probably God's not real too. Live the dream.